real estate, fitness, and no bullshit real life talk.
Three, two, one, and welcome to the DevNJmg show. DevNJmg. You can say it real fast. DevNJ. What's going on, John? How you doing today?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I appreciate the coffee once again.
Yes, sir.
Very much appreciated. It's exactly what I needed. So where you been? What's been going on?
Oh, busy week. Just getting a ton of systems in place. I've been system crazy in the last probably 2-3 weeks.
Is that related around the team?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Cool. And I know you're working on some modules and things like that, right?
Yep. Just automating and getting things going with VA, so I don't have to do as much. Adding new sources and things to lead generation, and it's a mess, dude. It's good. It's good though. It's good though. Yeah. Because you're figuring it out, and it's you have all these good systems, and then you just add to them, but it's never done. It's like we'll have this conversation in 12 months, and I'll say the same thing. So.
Now, did you ever actually see yourself? So when you actually got into the real estate industry, did you see yourself actually, this is what you'd be ending up doing, spending so much of your time like on developing systems? It's just funny because I just see this roller coaster and this change occur, right? So.
Yeah, it's no. Like that's business, right? So you go from like that's any business. Like you go from being in the business to being, making the business flow, without you, and that's a whole nother ball game. And I've done it in another business, but not in this business. So it's fun though. Yeah, it's what I want to do.
Yeah, so. The whole evolution of it. Yep. That's what I was thinking about on my way over here. So this is what proves to me that, and we went over it in the last podcast too, but what kind of proves for me that I'm cut out to be doing this is I actually enjoy, even though in the moment I might not enjoy it, I enjoy the roller coaster ride. Yeah. Because when everything's really stable and everything's just really, I actually kind of get depressed. Really? Like when everything's just like perfect, because I need some kind of motion. Like I need some ups and downs. And I mean, you could relate that back to life, as in if everything was good all the time, then I mean, where's the joy? Because what is joy? It doesn't exist. So no, I enjoy that, right? Like I don't really know exactly what's going on, but I kind of know what's going on. So it's just a weird feeling, but I like it for sure.
Well, that's the ride in business and entrepreneur and real estate. I mean, you're up and down and up and down and up and down. I think people can only take so much of that, and once you actually get to the point where you're like, you know what, I just accept this, and this is what it is. Yeah, you're still, I like to call myself like bipolar. Like it's like good day, bad day, good day, bad day, good day. Like pump down, but you embrace that at some point, and you're just like, and then when you have those down moments, you're like, oh, it's just one of those moments. Yeah, like I'll be up tomorrow, so it's all good. Yeah. So, and then you figure out ways to like make your mind shift when, those moments happen. So it's just mindset is all it is. So I've actually been noticing, because you were done with 90-day training, right? Yeah. So you finished up. So I was like, what's going on with Devin lately? Cause I'm so used to having Devin on the 90-day training, being interactive. And I was like, I kind of miss Devin being on the 90-day training anymore. And, so what have you been up to this week or when did you stop? 2 weeks ago?
It was just this week. This week was the first.
See? Yeah. See, I thought it was 2 weeks because
I jumped in the other day too to see if I could, because Carol had actually told me that you were going over vision, goal setting, the why. And then you're like, I could actually use Devin here. So I joined the other day, but you were going over systems. Yep. So it wasn't something I could really contribute to, but I'll still be jumping in here and there for sure. It's just a matter of, right. If I could be doing something else or because a lot
of productive, man.
Yeah. I mean,
you're done with 90 days. You got what you need and you're done. So just go on.
Yeah.
But I do miss you on it. It's all good.
I miss being there too.
We'll find another Devin that'll light up the room. I mean, we got some good people on there right now, anyway, but, so what have you been up to? Like, what have you been replacing the 90-day stuff with, because you've done a lot of training now. I noticed, you had a couple listings that you put on.
Yeah.
So what have your days consisted of?
So my days are, and I'm still trying to get that scheduling down a little bit more. It's just a little bit hard for me. It really is. It's for full transparency, right? I mean, there's no lies to it. It's hard for me to get it, especially because a lot of all right, I could go in so much detail on this, but I like to try to give everybody a little bit of my time. And I'm not saying I sit there and dedicate hours upon hours to somebody, but I like to, this is how I've networked and built the friends that I've had, is because I'm responsive. If someone needs a little bit of my time, I give it to them. I genuinely care and I want to talk to people and see how they're doing.
Yep.
So, and I'm not saying I'll sit there and talk to someone for an hour, but if I see somebody, I want to talk to them. And so far, this is how a lot of my prospecting has been, because I'm always checking in with people and building rapport and I'm doing.
Well, that's what real estate is, right?
But that's what I mean. So sometimes I don't feel like I'm working, but I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it doesn't. Like when I've been a little bit late to the trains, it's because I see some people I haven't seen in a while, or they're having a discussion with me. So I see them somewhere or at the gym or whatever, and I'm like, one, I want to talk to them, and two, it's actually my job. Yeah. To be doing this. So it's weird for me, right?
Well, that's the best thing about real estate. It doesn't have to be a job all the time. Like, look what we're doing right now. Like, this is fun.
Exactly.
It's not like there's a point to this, right? For us.
Yeah.
It's fun and we have a good time with it, but we're doing it for a reason too.
Yeah.
So, hopefully it just becomes super fun, and we don't even put a reason behind it at some point, but we're trying to get out there, and do things. So, yeah, so you've been networking and going back to, like, I think what you were trying to say is, correct me if I'm wrong, but from a time blocking standpoint, you're getting thrown off. Like you're getting caught up in these conversations or whatever you're doing. So kind of hit on that. I think that's where you're going, right?
Yeah, and I won't go into great detail because you asked about the last couple of weeks too. Had some like personal stuff going on, which is uncommon for me, but it was happening. So now I'm starting to regulate a little bit more. But
gotcha.
I'll save that for the birds. But that was like a wrench. So that threw a wrench in it for me, because I'm actually relatively stoic. I don't really get affected by too much. And it was very energy draining. But this is the reason I bring this up, is because even with all that going on, I was proud of myself because I'm still getting the work done. Right. Yes. Like, and I think that's so important when we're talking about mindset. Is I've evolved so much as a human being when I realize sometimes it's not about thinking about the problem. It's just like staying on routine, dude. It's just like, just go do the work. Yeah. Like half of the stress sometimes can be removed from just doing the work.
Absolutely.
I swear to God. It's
like, is that stress you mean coming from the actual work, or is it from the stress of the personal stuff that you're
personal, like external, right? Yep. Or from the work itself, because if I have work built up, it's stressful. Mm-hmm. So there's a whole bunch of layers to that, man. And that's where I've almost become more blunt and how I approach things, because, man, can talk about our problems all day, but
we all got them.
Talking about it only does,
you don't want to hear my problems.
Talking only does so much, dude. Like, you got to put the pen to paper. You got to get the work in. So,
yeah. And things aren't getting done. You're not succeeding when you're only doing, work when you're feeling good, right? Yeah. Like that doesn't happen. Yeah. We don't feel good all the time. We're not always motivated. Like, in order to be productive, you need to figure out how to be productive when you don't feel like being productive. Mm-hmm. And that's a lot. Yeah. If you're only going to do things when you're ready to do them, or when they're convenient, or, whatever the situation is, like, good luck. Oh. You're just not going to get it done the way you need to. So I think that's key to train your mind. And a lot of times it's just like jumping in, right? Like, just do it. Like, it's like getting up in the morning. It's like, yeah, I could lay in bed. But if I just jump out of bed right now, then I'm up. And like, it takes you 5 seconds to jump out of bed, or you could sit in there for 30 minutes
or 2 hours.
Or 2 hours. Like, so, I've been doing it in the morning, actually, on the whole bed thing. Like, my back stiffens up at night. Like, I stretch constantly now. I'm working out hard. My PT dude that I go to once a month was like, he's like, you're stretching all this time, but he's like, you're beating your body up by doing the intensity of workouts that you do. Mm-hmm. And he's like, so don't expect to be uber flexible and make progress because you're maintaining is basically what you're doing.
Mhm.
You're like, I'm stretching, I feel good, I'm working out, which is good for you, but it's also saying to your muscles, like, I don't want to stretch right now. I just worked you out.
Yeah.
In layman's terms, I guess. So like I get tight at night. And I figured some stuff out with that, which is cool. But in the morning, I get up and I have a little routine. It takes like 3 minutes in my bed before I get out. And like I feel much better just getting out of bed. So
that's cool.
It's kind of something I just figured out.
Just a few minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool.
Just, with the hip rotators and stuff.
Cool.
So yeah.
I've got I told you I got a handful of injuries, and my knees are the last one I'm really working out. But it's just funny. I had and you could probably relate this to a lot of things. Is I had a torn AC joint, and if you go talk to most people, they're gonna say like, you got to get surgery to fix it. But between mobility work and some therapy on it, like it was fixed. Right. Sometimes
Really?
the extreme isn't even necessary, right? It's like these little things that I could have been doing all along. So it's just a relief, man. I'm almost back to normal besides for my knees. But yeah, it's just cool. It's relieving. It's absolutely relieving. And actually since we're kind of talking about fitness a little bit, we're talking about discipline, even though we didn't say discipline, that's all I hear when you're talking.
This is real estate, fitness, and real life, right? So we're gonna jump around, but we're gonna get you thinking about everything, because I'm not grabbing your thunder here, but I'll be quick. But real estate, fitness, and real life all come together with mindset, and it's all connected. So that's why I like not only are we both in real estate, both in fitness, and both have good mindsets, it all intertwines, and that's why we're going to kind of bounce around on the show. But I think everyone's going to get some good value out of what we're talking about, just because it's well-rounded. So sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah, you're good, and I'll add to that. And John and I have talked about this, right? I've always found that some of the best people I want to listen to is kind of just like hanging out with them. So hopefully, especially as we continue to do this, it just gets more and more, right?
Yeah, we were just talking about what we were going to talk about today, and Devin's like, roll it. And I'm like, all right.
I'm like, no, we'll improvise. And I actually like how this is going even better than last time. So just like I said, it gets more and more natural.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
And something Tracy says, John's partner, is time over task over time over task. And I've always, since I've committed myself to the bodybuilding fitness lifestyle, I always had, wasn't hard for me. Once I made that full commitment, it was not hard for me to go train. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. I have an intense personality, and you might not be able to always tell, but I have a very, very deep intensity within me, and that's a release for me, right? So a lot of life changes, started getting into the fitness and bodybuilding. Now, what was always very difficult for me was being so perfect on my diet, right? I was always able to maintain a good physique, but now, and I've done diets before, like bulked up, done diets, bulked up, done diets. So this last diet I've been on, this is just years of practice. It's like I'm a machine now, dude. Like no questions asked. I don't even think about it. It's the weirdest thing. I never thought I'd get to this point.
The diet you're on now, just so
I don't
dialed in on it,
dude. I haven't slipped once. I mean, I could go have a cheat meal. I haven't had a cheat meal in a few weeks. I just don't even want one. I'm like, I don't care.
Nice, so I'm going to have a 16-inch grinder over here.
I'll join soon, but not today. So it's just, my point is that that was my weak link, is the dieting, right? Training, the discipline to do that, no issue. I would try so hard with a diet, and there's a whole bunch of reasons why it would be difficult for me, but it was the time over task over time, and then now it's like just part of my personality. You know, it's the weirdest thing. And I talk to people who are like, "Oh, I wish I could." I'm like, you don't have to eat like I do. It just works for me. So it's just been proof for me. It's such a relief to just be able to turn it on like that now.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm so consistent with workouts. Where I struggle is, and I don't know if it's a struggle more than it is, this is who I am and this is who I'm going to stay being. Because I'm pretty good like Monday through Thursday. Like I'm spot on. most weeks, and then like Friday, Saturday, I'll have pizza with my kids or something.
Yeah.
But what I do struggle with is my wife's plant-based, and she constantly shops for plant-based food. And I try to get on board because I really believe plant-based is just the way to do it. Like, maybe not from we argue all the time, from a physique standpoint, like I disagree with her from that, but from a health standpoint, I would say plants is absolutely the way to go. And there's so much research, we won't get into all that. But like, so I struggle because I'll eat plant-based for like 4 or 5 days in a row.
Mm-hmm.
But then like on that 5th, 6th day, somewhere in that range, like my body's just like, dude, I need a burger, or like I need a pizza.
Yeah.
And I will destroy it. I mean, I'm talking about like I'll eat 8-10 pieces of pizza on like a Thursday night or a Friday night.
Yeah.
Like easy.
Yeah.
Like, hey John, you should stop eating pizza.
It's
so
plant-based.
good.
It's plant-based, John. Plant-based.
But it's interesting because my wife's so dialed in. She's been dialed in plant-based for she's probably been doing it for 4 or 5 years now, but the last like 3, she's a machine.
Yeah.
Like, she won't touch anything.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
So it's crazy. I mean, but yeah, diet's tough, but it's also because I just like I like going out and having a burger or having wings. Like burger, wings, pizza are like, I'll have one of those once a week as a cheat meal. And I don't think I'll ever change that.
Why would you
like it?
Why would you?
Yeah.
Right? I don't see any reason to change. I think that's important. The social aspect's important. Like if I wasn't so dialed in on a goal right now, then I would be going out socially. Like I'd go get a grinder with you after this or something. But it's just a matter of right now I have this goal in mind. Got to hold out for another like 8 weeks. Maybe I'll have a cheat meal in there, but it's just
summer. Yeah. Summer's coming.
Yeah, I know. I'm down 30 pounds in 10 weeks. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
30. I had pushed my weight up to 271. So I'm down to 240 right now.
Nice, man. That's awesome.
Something funny, actually. I had this shirt I wanted to wear. I bought it when I was at like 260, and it's like a nice muscle fit, long sleeve. And it was just because my lats, I couldn't get into it. So it's too small here. It was like be too tight. And I thought because I was leaner, I could put it on and I was going to wear it to here. And I'm like freaking popping out of the buttons. I wanted to look nice for the camera. It didn't work out too well.
You're a big dude. What do you rip pull-ups? What do you rip for pull-ups these days?
Pull-ups?
Yeah. You weigh in 240. Yeah. I mean, you were just at 270.
Yeah. If I were to start fresh and do pull-ups, because I just started doing pull-ups again. If I was to start fresh, I could probably bang out like 10.
Yeah.
10 good ones. And I'm talking like all my form is always clean. Like it's not none of this kipping or whatever stuff. It's good.
Swing them legs. Well, it's like they say that's the way you do pull-ups. Like, no, dude, that's not the way you do pull-ups. That's momentum. Like it's different. But yeah, the reason I asked is because dude, my back has always been weak. That's like one of my weaknesses. I've been working on it for like 12, maybe even 18 months now. But I cannot get better at pull-ups because my weight keeps going up and down. So like and chin-ups, biceps are stronger than my back. So biceps take over on my chin-ups. Like, but if I were to rip just like regular pull-ups, I'll get maybe 8 or 10.
Yeah.
But lately I'm just cutting down the last 2 weeks. I've lost about 6 pounds, but before that I had gained like 10 to 12 pounds. And you can tell immediately with your pull-ups. It's like putting a bag on your back and, when you gain weight.
Oh, yeah.
But for some reason, I cannot get better at pull-ups. And I've done programs where I've done like pull-ups just like 2 weeks in a row. And you see progress, but like not to the point where I'm like, yeah, I want to spend another 2 weeks trying to get an extra 4 pull-ups. Like it's not worth it to me. So I don't know what it is. I think it's a weak back, but I don't know if you have any tips on like pull-ups.
So, I mean, with the pull-ups, see, my back is my strong point. I connect with my back.
Yeah.
It's probably my strongest, my quads and my back, which are good problems to have.
Yep.
I don't really have the bro muscles. I don't have like the biceps and everything, but my quads and my back, pretty solid. And I would say as far as that, I'm trying to think because I already know you kind of know what you're doing too. Like I already know you do.
I just think I'm weak. I think I have a weak back.
Have you thought about okay, because you're working in the 10 range. Have you thought about adding a little bit of weight to yourself and then trying to work in like a 4? Oh, you do?
I do.
Like, because if you're trying to focus on strength, try to work in that 3 to 5 range and see what happens.
It's true. Could do that.
And then focus really on that. Because we're talking
the mentality of like, all right, great. I put a weight in between my feet or whatever and carry it up.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I usually do. Or between the knees or something.
Yeah.
I only get like 3 reps. It's like, that was a waste of a set. Like,
But you're strength focused. So.
And then I'll literally go from like weight to body weight to band and just all the way down until I'm just burnt. I just don't seem like I can progress unless I put like literally. I do pull-ups every day. Like I've done workouts like when I've been in my basement and I don't go to the gym and I'm like, you know what, this week I'm going to do like 40, 50 pull-ups a day.
Wow.
Like in sets.
And you're not seeing progression?
I see like tiny progressions.
Oh, okay.
But nothing that like makes me want to do it anymore. It's like, great, I got an extra 2 because I did this for a week. You know?
Hey man, it kind of reminds me of what you're telling us as newer agents. Like you got to stick to it, even if you don't see progress right away, John.
Just keep going.
So there is something that you brought up that was really, really interesting, actually, and you and I have talked about this pretty in depth, which is the social media aspect of real estate. And that what I admire about you is how much thought and then how much energy you've dedicated to it, to kind of seeing what works and what doesn't. And it's really interesting. You mind explaining a little bit about that?
Yeah, like what piece? Like social media, like what do you learned or what I've tried to figure out, or
like what are just some like what? Because we're going to talk about this plenty more times because this is where you and I both.
Yeah, I think social media is a huge thing that we're going to crank up on.
Well, you said that you're kind of getting sick of TikTok now.
Yeah, I'm getting sick of TikTok. I think TikTok's. I mean, obviously it's like uber popular, but I think it's a lot of people just like wanting entertainment, and I think the biggest problem I see with TikTok is it's too convoluted for people like me and you, right? That are trying to take up that space on TikTok. Like I'm trying to find other real estate agents, or if you're a real estate agent, you're trying to find buyers or sellers or whatever your target is, right? For the person you're trying to attract through TikTok strategy. Everyone else is trying to do the same thing. And they're not attracting the right people. You just have people looking at you for like entertainment. Yeah. So like and I think it's pay to play going forward on social media. I think you still got your natural billboard, right? On Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. You want to display to all your friends and family and everyone in your local area, or, you know, your old friends from high school out in California or wherever they are. Like it's your billboard, right? So that's never going to change. Yeah. But what's changing, I think, is you got to pay to play now. Like on TikTok, you're not getting any traction. I mean, I was posting like 3-4 videos a day. And granted, I only did that for like maybe a month, maybe a month and a half. But it wasn't like giving me the traction I needed. And I was looking at my followers that I was getting from it, and I only have like 150 followers. So I haven't even I honestly haven't given TikTok a whole chance, but the intuition that I'm seeing with it is I have followers that are like people who never even posted a video. Yeah. Like I look at other people's followers, like real estate agents that are doing good, right? Not like gurus, like your average Joe that are doing good on TikTok. And I'm looking at their followers, and they're people with no videos. Yeah. People that have nothing to do with what they're trying to market or target. So I've been studying that. Like I sit on TikTok and I study like what is going on I look at everybody who's doing whatever they're doing on TikTok, what songs they're using when they're posting. Like, you know, I've studied it. And I don't think you're gonna get traction out of it. I think everybody's trying to do the same thing. And I think you're gonna need to pay TikTok in order to get traction. Yeah. I think that's what it's going to really come down to. Like, and you have to know, like a lot of people, including myself, like I'm posting the same thing on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I got to do it over like differently because TikTok, you're posting the video and then you got to go do it on Instagram, and you can't take the same video from TikTok and put it on Instagram, right? So, and then you got Facebook Reels that's 30 seconds instead of 60 seconds.
I know, it's a pain in the ass.
It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
So like social media is getting very, very complicated. It really is. And it's not as simple as just like, well, put your post up for today or hire a company that's going to put your post. It's like, that's not what people want to see. I see people hiring companies and you can see their content that goes out. It's garbage.
Yeah.
It's like, why would anyone want to look at that? They want you and they want it real. But like, what I think people need to start going toward is like doing things now, like this right here, right? We take this podcast and we take our clips and then chop it 60 seconds of something cool Devin said.
Yep.
Right. Put it on a reel. Right. And you have to do that very consistently. And then there needs to be some type of value add to it. So that's what I've kind of seen with the social media aspect of things. But yeah, to answer your question all the way back to TikTok, I'm not sold on TikTok. I think it's a really, really powerful platform. But from a what I'm trying to accomplish standpoint, I'm not wasting my time on it.
Yeah, from a market. So because it's really, and I'm sure there's plenty of people actually capitalizing on it. There's always going to be some. There's going to be some. It's from a marketing standpoint and utilizing it for that. But I believe you're right. It's more of an entertainment. Now, also when I'm looking at it, and I could be wrong about this just from what I'm seeing, there is more of a divide with TikTok. Like there's not even a messaging platform on TikTok, correct? You can't message another person on TikTok. Right. So you're feeding them back to the Instagram if you actually want someone to get in contact with you. Yep. So there's that divide where it's always a scroll, right? Like there's always, it's like, didn't catch my interest. I watched, I'm not a TikTok user personally. My attention span's too long.
Well, I tried doing the funny thing and I was like, I'm not a funny, like I'm sarcastic and I like to fool around, but like not like do a video just to be funny.
I don't see, I like long form content. That's the kind of guy I am. And I say that like not in an egotistical way, but my attention span's too long. Like I need something that's longer. That's what I like. Yeah. I like to get emotionally invested in something. So that's what it is. It's these quick scrolls. And I believe you're right. I think that's the best way of putting it. It's from an entertainment standpoint. And you have that divide where at least when you're utilizing something like Instagram, and definitely when you're utilizing something like YouTube, people almost become your friend in a way, right? Yep. It's like they hear you talk, they see pictures of you, they kind of see your life. TikTok, the people who do really, really well, it doesn't really look like you really know what their life is. There's always going to be, right? We're speaking in general terms. There's always going to be an exception to the rule, but on average, that's kind of what it looks like to me. Would you agree? Yeah, and I think people are I think the strategy with social media now is like people are posting just to post. They're like, I'm supposed to post. Yeah. It's like, well, you have to have a strategy. Like there has to be a strategy around your social media if you're trying to do it for business or or develop yourself as a personal brand. So if you don't have a strategy, like just posting is not gonna do it. Like there's millions and millions of people out there doing the same thing you're doing. So you need to have a strategy of some sort in order to stand out. Like I talked to a dude today, out in California that's looking to be a real estate agent. And he's good at lead generation and online stuff. Used to be ex-website coding dude, but he does dog training. Okay. And he had 1 million followers. Yeah. Wow.
Because he taught about dog training, which he loved. Yeah. So it's like, you have to have something for a strategy of what you're doing. Yeah. Like, for me, it's like, I want to teach and train agents. Yeah. Like, I want to grow people through investments. Like there's got to be a strategy for what you're doing. And then I also heard actually that Instagram, that I was talking to a marketer today, and he said Instagram is actually going to be putting everything together: posts, reels, stories. Interesting. Kind of like the TikTok. So you were talking about the combination of combining reels, all of that on Instagram. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about it. I just was talking to someone today that said, they're going to be combining Instagram and all those things, which I was just actually getting to really enjoy Instagram. I wasn't a big fan of Instagram like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
But like once you dig into all this social media strategy, like you actually start to really see how it all works and how so different all of the social media channels are, and how you can use them in different ways and different audiences and all this stuff. So, and then like something like Instagram, it's like, I got a post, I got a reel, I got a story. Like, how do we utilize all that? And then we got to go to Facebook, and then we got LinkedIn, then we got YouTube. So there's a lot to it, but you start to figure it all out. I think and we're gonna wrap this up because we got time here, but we're gonna hit on a ton of social media stuff. I think that's a huge topic that me and you are both really, really into, and are going to continue to keep diving into. And I think we'll have some guests on the show and stuff with social. And guess we'll wrap it up for today. And we hit on some fitness.
Yeah.
Hit on some real estate.
Yeah, exactly. And
you got anything closing that you want to add in, or?
No, right now I am, I'd say I'm all good as far as anything on adding in. I'm just glad that we're coming together and making this happen, and it gets smoother and smoother. I enjoy it. That's realistically, just to end with, as far as the real estate goes, I've actually, the prospecting methods that I've been using so far, I'm kind of enjoying, right? And I'm building momentum that way. So if I can continue to do that, like this right here, I enjoy this. I've enjoyed it, and we're gonna get together next week for another DevNJmg show. JMG.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we haven't put these out yet, so
yeah,
they're gonna start coming out consistently, and we'll let everybody know, what day and time we're gonna be putting them out every week. We haven't got there yet, but we're backlogging, and we're gonna get all that production out. So yeah, stay tuned, and DevNJmg show.
You got it. Devin's out and
JMG's out.
All right. See you guys soon.